Hey everybody, welcome back to Industry Influencers. Woo!
Yeah.
So excited to have Ann Small in the house. Ann Small has been an encouragement to me and my business and my family's business life just by providing a Christian Blessed by Networking group and networking, what do you call networking group? I guess that's what it is,
It's a networking group. It's not just for Christians. It's biblically based.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to take away the religion and church aspect, but bring back in the godly attributes, like integrity, honor, trustworthy,
Sure.
and have people work on that.
Well, you need people in your life that you can trust.
Yeah.
You know, and you need a safe group that if you go and you meet someone, you know that they're going to be, for the most part, you know they're going to be sound people of integrity, like you were saying.
Right.
And I think that's kind of one of the tensions behind it. I kind of wanted to explore further because we've had a few guests and they've all, for the most part, the guests that have talked about connections, they talked about the importance of having something, and even if it's researching it out, but Ann has kind of had a unique perspective or a unique spot where she didn't really see anything that was meeting her needs. And so she kind of took initiative to kind of start her own thing, which is the Blessed by Networking.
Yeah.
Kind of tell me a little bit about what went on there.
Okay. So I'm from New York.
Okay.
And when I was in New York, when we needed something, the community is where you went. The church was the people, not just a building. And my youngest daughter was born with special needs. That was a very important part of my life. And when I moved to Texas, that was a problem I had. I could find great churches, but plugging in and like the work, life, whole thing, getting together, it wasn't happening. And I had to go back to work full-time after being a stay-at-home mom for 15 years with my girls in 2011. And the place that I work started a LinkedIn networking group.
Okay.
So I was forced to try it.
Yeah.
And of course was like scared out of my mind.
Sure.
To try. For anyone out there that's afraid of a 30-second commercial, you're not the only one. And so I plugged into this networking group, and it was growing so fast. It was in Flower Mound.
Okay.
And we had up to 5,500 members by the time I left that company.
Wow.
So my full-time job had turned into starting at front desk and doing financial planning to doing one-on-ones all day long with different people
Wow.
for this networking group. And I really got to know people and see the needs. So it was funny because the needs that I saw when I came here from New York in the community and the needs that I was seeing in the business aspect, there was this gap. There was this gap that needed to be filled where it was not networking like buy what I have because.
Yeah.
Instead, tell me about yourself. What can I do for you? And people honestly wanting to help each other.
Yeah.
So that's when I came up with Blessed by Networking after I left there and put in the biblical foundation. Like, I don't care what denomination you are, anything in between, as long as you're okay, we're going to pray before our events, and that's part of our foundation. Let's help each other.
That's awesome.
It took off.
Yeah. Well, I can even attest to that because I've been a part of it just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, and I remember the first time I was there, we were at what was that location? The one
Gatehouse.
The Gatehouse.
Yeah.
We've like maxed out that facility in regards to.
It's incredible.
It's crazy.
It's absolutely incredible. So really all I was I saw a need. So I went for it. Hey, let's do this type of networking group. And it grew. And in the midst of that time, we had family crisis nonstop for like 2 years.
Wow.
So I had started Blessed by Networking. It's just a little bit under 3 years old that I started it. Started it Blessed by Networking. Hurrah! My whole family's so into it. My daughter and
Sure.
my husband, and it was nonstop. That either somebody in my immediate family was dying, and did die,
Oh wow.
or was near death.
That's intense.
It was intense. So this was something that we were able to do from home with a phone call or online to actually get to know people, and then once a month to one event. That was the huge outing for my family.
Wow. something encouraging and uplifting is meeting people that
Yeah, but I didn't know that when I started it.
no.
You know, when I started, I had this fantastic job as a financial planner, and was just, oh, I can't. It was incredible.
Yeah.
But we made it through so much and met the most amazing people along the way. So a year ago, I'm going to say August to September now,
Okay.
the group is relaunched.
All right.
That's when I moved to Springtown from Flower Mound, and we restarted everything. It was like restart, and it took off. I met just leaders that were able to help and plug in, and that made all the difference.
Wow. That's cool.
Instead of one person doing something, having other leaders surround you with
Yeah.
ideas.
Well, because what you saw was not only you having a need and meeting that need, but you saw other people believe in the mission and the
yeah.
values of that, and you became like this linking of arms of people supporting that one belief and that one networking group. And so now it's a lot stronger because you have people alongside you for that.
Yeah,
So.
it is very strong, and now we're moving into multiple locations.
Okay.
And
That's exciting.
at the Gatehouse video, we
Uh-huh.
were talking about, and we're starting our website. Well, that's been up since the summer.
Yeah.
And that's growing. And so we have the multiple locations. We have leaders that we're launching. Some of the people you've worked with, like Dean Lindsay, who is a part of it, but we launch what he does. Like Dean is doing a seminar on customer service training here. We let everyone know and invite them. Even if somebody is in a field but they don't have a place for a meeting like that, well, we have places we work with.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be just a Blessed by Networking meeting.
That's true. Well, because I think your point is you want there just to be community and just
Yeah.
having people of those values. That doesn't necessarily have to be within those four walls. You know, it's greater than that. And the fact
Yeah.
that you're expanding beyond different locations now, I mean, is proof of that.
Yeah.
So,
It's real neat. So we're in the process right now. We do have the multiple locations, and there's a need for our authors need a place to do book signings. So we're looking right now for a place for that each month that fits that criteria.
Yeah.
Somebody else really wants to run speed networking. So fun, you know?
Yeah.
It's just
that's cool.
putting it together.
So I want to kind of switch gears a little bit because I appreciate you talking about getting started, and I think that history is so important to just kind of share the things that you've went through, the things that God has brought y'all through, and how now you have a community together for that. I know that the purpose of this series is to encourage young entrepreneurs or next entrepreneurs about just growing in their business or getting started. What are some things that through the lessons and through the values that you've had within growing your networking group that you can use to encourage those entrepreneurs?
Some big things right off the top of my head. Just because somebody that you want to connect with looks untouchable does not mean that they are untouchable. Absolutely send a message out there. If you know someone that knows them, that's the way to do it. Get an introduction. But looks are not always what you think when you see something on social media and what really is. Doesn't always match up. If there's somebody out there that's going to launch your career, by every means, reach out to that person.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I can say for sure that I have learned.
Yeah.
Don't be intimidated. You have to first believe in yourself before anybody else is going to believe in you. So that is the absolute first thing
Yeah.
to be working on. And open-minded. So when you're going and meeting other people that you respect and they tell you something that could be constructive criticism, what are you going to do with it? Because if you're just going to get upset, then you're not going to go anywhere.
Sure.
You're not going to grow. So you need to be open-minded when you finally do meet the people that have something to say. Maybe it's good, maybe it's, you know, some constructive criticism. Not all of it do you have to take under advisement, but it's something to be cautious of.
Yeah.
Those are some things, and then also you really have to decide what your goals are. Time is something we never get back. Money, you might gain some, lose some. Time, once you lose time, that's it.
Yeah.
So you have to decide, how much time do I want to spend on this? And what are my goals? What kind of time is it going to take to get here? And put that together so you have some kind of schedule guideline to help you. along the way. It's the only way that you'll make it to that point that you want to get to.
Yeah. Well, that's really good because, again, it's so important to encourage those people that you can make it.
Oh, yeah.
You can do it. And it's just having those relationships in place and asking to even start those relationships. Like you said, don't be intimidated.
Absolutely. I know I mentioned to you the other day, I was at a networking event and a mom had come to me of a teenage prodigy who had, I don't know if you spoke with him, written the trilogy that took off. He has over 100,000 followers already on Twitter, this young kid. He has his own business that's completely successful. So the books aren't even where the money at. That's just like his passion that came out of it. So he's like, well, can you work with me? Because I just want to give back to the community and mentor other kids that they can make it. And it's just like you never
as a teenager,
know who you're going to run into. I think he's like 20 now. It was real young though.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to get out there and show kids you can do it. Set your mind to it. Don't let, he had gotten bullied. Didn't let him get him down.
Yeah.
So he came to me because I had connections to get him talking at other places.
That's awesome.
And so there's nothing.
Sure.
There's nothing that's impossible.
Yeah. Well, I think that's just proof of the importance of having those relationships, like the fact that you're able to get that person connected. That's awesome.
Yeah. It's definitely more listening than talking.
Sure.
You have to genuinely care about what other people do, and it's going to fall together.
Yeah.
They know if you really care or not.
Yeah.
But I've seen so many businesses, strategic partners. So that's one of the hugest thing that I do with my time outside of Blessed by Networking. I work on social media and I do some virtual assistants, but the biggest part is the introductions. So let's say there's a realtor that needs strategic partners to really get that boost. Well, then let's introduce them to strategic partners.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to kind of recap, meet the needs you see within networking and don't be afraid to be that initial conversation starter.
Yeah.
And if it comes down to it, feel free to start your own group because, it's true. We're all just here to build community with one another. So, but definitely having those relationships in place can do a lot. So I just want to real quick switch gears and also honor the Trey Group. Thank you so much for letting us have this venue. They are such a great facility if you're looking to showcase your branding elements or if you're on the road and wanting to do a booth as well. So thanks to the great Trey Group for that. But just to recap, what are some of the points that they need to take away today?
Okay, so to recap is if you don't see your need in a networking group, you can start your own. Don't be afraid. Reach out to the people that can help you. Don't be intimidated. Look for an introduction. Who do you know that knows somebody? And be true to yourself. Because if you're not true to yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you.
Well, that's some really great information, Ann. And again, thank you for being on the show. Really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to be here and share with these guys on the other side of the camera. So
happy. Thanks.
Yeah. How can they reach you or be a part of your networking group?
Blessedbynetworking.com is our website. We have group pages on LinkedIn and Facebook, different members and formats. So check it out, and you can contact me through social media or the website.
Awesome. So make sure to like and subscribe because we have a new industry influencer every week. So that'll be posted Wednesday at noon. But thank you all for being part this week, and we will see y'all next time. Bye, guys.
Thank you.